I saw Shane Eagle no longer part of
No.
Eagle Entertainment. Whoa,
His manager, whoever his manager was, isn't a part of Eagle.
They've parted ways.
So Vaughn left Eagle Entertainment?
From what the statement says, yeah.
Okay.
They've parted ways.
Wait,
damn, that's sad.
Vaughn left or Shane left?
I think Vaughn left from what the statement says. Or
it says that the management, he's no longer under the same management. They decided to part ways.
Part ways.
Yeah.
Damn,
so
man.
I couldn't help but think to myself and think, damn, I kind of remember around the time when Vaughn and Shane started Eagle Entertainment, because it was around the same time when Shane and I had just got onto Vuzu to do entertainment. This is after the hustle and all of that. And I remember them saying they're going into a JV. And I was like, damn, that's pretty crazy. Because as an artist, I guess at that point when you're trying to like get on, you sort of desperate for anything. So anything kind of sounds good. But if you think about it in the long run, if you're the artist and someone else is doing the work for you and you're splitting 50-50, at some point, you're going to get to a point where you feel like, no, man, I am the artist. Why am I splitting equal shares with somebody else who, yes, is doing the work, but I am doing majority of the work, So those are obviously things you don't hope for and things you don't think about at that time. But I'm just saying, I remember seeing that, and I hope that's not what's happening right now.
Well, for me, that happens with a lot of I've seen it happen to too many people. Even happened with us at Cash Time, right? Where the artists themselves probably, as you're saying, they think maybe I'm bigger than the record label itself, and they don't see the amount of work that gets done behind, right? Or you look at like an Ambitious, for example, right? Where some artists maybe think, I'm bigger than the record label, or whatever that case was, they've been ripped off, whatever, right? But it will happen that you guys do break boundaries. But I think for me, what cats need to do, they need to be smart. And maybe that's what Shane, sorry, my bad. He's probably learned so much that now I've learned so much with Vaughn that I'm able to move by myself. And I want Vaughn to grow as an individual, and I want to grow as an individual too.
I worry about that.
Yeah,
I get concerned about that purely because I understand how much effort it is to run a brand. Well, I've been independent most of my brand.
Yeah.
And it's difficult for you to still be the implementer when you have to be the artist. And maybe there are parting ways for different reasons. We're also speculating, just by the way. But if Shane is going to take his brand and say, I'm going to run with this now, it's more work for him to be able to do. He needs to go to meetings. He needs to be able to
make
sure he sells himself. And I hope he does.
Yeah.
Because you won't be able to concentrate on the music and churn out as much music as he's doing if he still needs to do the admin. Just replying to emails alone is a lot of work.
Okay, here's what I was also trying to... Here's the other part of it, right? I don't know if you guys remember, straight after the hustle, Shane was signed to Feel Good Music, which is owned by JR.
By JR, yeah.
And then there was a time, I remember when I was YFM, where Vaughn and JR were partners in Feel Good Music, which is where Shane and Vaughn met. So it's also the other part of it, of how is that part of the business being done? Because a lot of the time we're looking at Shane and we're saying it's the artist, but maybe it's the other part of it,
The one word that really got me thinking in a way was, it's a sentence. As a result, we here at Eagle Entertainment care about the innovation of our artist. So, like you guys say, when you get into a deal at an early stage, you really just want to get in the door.
Yeah.
Then you get in the door, then you realize, to elevate into another level,
I need something else.
You know what I'm saying? I need a different kind of manager. And I don't know what Vaughn was at the time, but I know he's done his thing to put it to where it is.
Looked like he's doing an amazing job.
You know what I mean? He did an amazing job.
Vaughn, for me, if I had to put top 10 managers, I would put him also
solid, bro.
Solid, definitely.
And he used to play. He used to DJ at the same time.
Definitely.
Never mind answering emails. Never mind doing everything behind the scenes. But he used to also play for the dude.
Meetings.
And out there road manage. He used to do everything. But because now we are moving so fast into someone back in the day, you never thought about going international. I never thought about dreaming to make it internationally. I just wanted to be big in South Africa because my ceiling was South Africa in my time. And then you see that, oh shit, there's actually a way to make it overseas. Your counterparts are making it overseas. There's actually a way to make it overseas. But your counterparts have overseas agents. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the difference is, do you, out of loyalty or whatever, if they didn't have a bad breakup, you still can keep your day one and go international with an international agent. Or to make it over there, you need someone from there. And it's no doubt and it's no secret that Shane wants to break into the American market. Or not just American.
And Vaughn comes from the boardroom. Vaughn comes from a 9 to 5 where he strategized. That's what he did for a living. To leave it, to go to music. So he knows exactly the avenues to take, how to strategize and how to do all those things. Hence you speak about the international thing. I can imagine how much money that must have cost him. And here's the other thing that comes into play now. The moment you're signed and you go independent, there are small things that you don't know about as an artist sometimes that the label's doing for you. I'll use an example and I'll say, let's say you drop an album scoop, time to submit for the summons. You got to pay to submit for the summons. But you don't know about that because I, as your label head, have been doing that the whole time. You don't know that there's
because maybe you're not a member of
small things. So it helps to know someone who knows what they're doing, especially if they're your boy. I guess
I'm never one to like dump the day one, dog. Unless it's necessary, of course, money or whatever. But I don't see them. They didn't talk about any fraudulent behavior. It's ambition is the only.
It must be a business.
It must be a business deal. It must be also, like you said, it must be amicable. I also just think he is looking to go say, okay, let me go overseas because clearly that's where I'm getting the attention I need to get. And maybe Vaughn is not looking to go there. Maybe he wants to settle down in South Africa, and that's it. There's different things that are happening. You know what I mean?
But Vaughn being there and Shane breaking overseas, Shane breaking here. Yes, Shane is an amazing rapper, but anyone who's been in the game could tell that there is someone making sure that this kid moves differently.
Yeah. Maybe it's a case of Vaughn knows and sees that, like, Shane, this is something that you need and run with it. I'm going to take something new from scratch, build it, and maybe homie, we're going to innovate the game and do something new.
And it's nice that we're talking about this because it's not like we highlighting Shane's situation alone, because everybody who's entered deals early on in their career, their whole age group, your Reese's, your MT, your Nasties, everybody has gone through this metamorphosis phase on shedding the old skin like a snake and moving on to the new. Maybe a snake is a bad example because I know what you guys are going to be saying in the comments. But, you know, everyone has gone through that phase of, I'm not where I was when I started. And if I want to get to this next level, I got to make these decisions.
But funny enough, it reminds me of a tweet that JR posted recently. It must have been like this week or last week. Where he was like, you know, I actually had my hand in some of these young guns. I was the one who spotted the talent first. Look where they are now. Because he had worked with Shane Eagle. He had signed Younger at some point as well. There's plenty other...
He had signed A1 Wolf.
He had signed A1 Wolf.
He's got trouble right now.
He's literally like A&R the whole of levels. So like JR is that guy to spot the talent. But I guess whatever happens and people move on.
I also think that Vaughn will get another job quick.
No, definitely. Definitely. If you're an artist, I would hit him up right now.
Like, yo, bro.
But also, he's the kind of guy.
He wouldn't take anything.
Exactly.
That's the thing. He would like, I
Vaughn
gotta believe
just
in
because
you.
you're an artist and
I gotta believe in you.
And then you have to measure up to Shane.
He's very discerning about this.
I also look at this thing as, and maybe those people out there who are doing a 9 to 5 or whatever, right? If you're stuck in the same position for so many years that there's no growth, gotta leave. Maybe it's that as well, right? Maybe it's like, yo, I need to step out so I can grow and find myself even more.
It's just crazy with this situation and why we're running across it so much, because normally these things happen on a downward spiral of an artist. Here is an artist on his uptake, and this happened. So we don't even know where to put it.
They just dropped the fire mixtape.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With amazing features.
And they did that, the Ebro feature as well.
You know what I'm
on
saying?
Beats One.
So normally that's why it's like, yo, this
And they
is
had
crazy.
like a lot of deals, like the Can Do deal, which was all Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Hunters.
Elise, Hunters.
Put it together. Shout out to Vaughn, man.
But hey, but also Shane.
Shane,
put in the
we're
work as
gonna
well.
get
No,
killed for
definitely.
not mentioning
Yeah.
Shane's
I mean, I did
raps.
say Shane.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
know?
shout out to Shane as well. I think the game definitely the pair.
I think we're just shook. So
Yeah.
we want to see what's next. I think that's
And I've
the
just been
gist of it.
watching.
Maybe it's a play, guys. Maybe they're playing us.
Aye,
Guys,
when
It looks pretty.
not everybody does
nah.
what you do, Vigi, please. You
Because-
like
Thank you,
playing us.
Cosmo.
Come on.
Thanks, Cosmo.
He was DJing for Shane at Cotterfest. You guys didn't. Because I wasn't there by that time.
Matek is the
Two
one that
shoes.
DJing. He's the one that was DJing for him.
Okay.
And he did an amazing job. And
Yeah.
even after the set, I was like,
That's dope.
come on!
Dope.
Yeah, I mean, he used to play for Gemini. all the
No,
time.
About to do these tours, nigga!
Matek is focused. That's what I like about him.
Yeah,
Like
shout out to
he's really focused
Me
on what he
too.
wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, let's rock, chief.
I
Yeah, that's
know.
right.
No, we're rocking. Don't worry. Other voices are
He's
here. Don't worry.
always happy.
We have to
Yeah.
rock.
He's
Let's go.
never-
Always
never.
happy.
He's like
Always.
I
Gemini.
love his energy,
Happy,
bro.
happy spirits.
No, but he's
so-
but also he's focused. That, like I said, as much he can
Mm.
say, no, we're rocking in the club. When it's time to get shit done, Mateki, you're more likely to get a hold of him than Gemini. So
Yeah, he
like,
murdered the set
he's out there.
back on the
yeah.
DJ sets. He really
Oh.
did.